The angels are sending you a message of great importance, one that carries weight and comfort at the same time. They want you to know, in the simplest words, that your name was truly mentioned in a divine courtroom today. This is not a small matter or a passing thought. It was not by chance, nor by mistake. It was intentional, purposeful, and sacred. In the unseen realms, your soul was brought forth and spoken of with reverence. This was not about punishment. It was not about judgment. It was about recognition, justice, release, and alignment with the destiny that has been written for you since the beginning of time. For so long, you have carried burdens that few people ever saw. You have endured betrayals, disappointments, heartbreak, and nights of silent tears. You gave your love in places where it was not fully returned. You prayed instead of retaliating. You endured instead of breaking. You kept faith alive in your heart, even when you felt unseen, unvalued, and unheard. Heaven has been watching. The angels saw every tear, every unspoken cry, every moment you carried pain alone. They saw your sacrifices and your patience. And today, in the divine courtroom, it was declared that this cycle of suffering is over. The courtroom of heaven gathered not to condemn you, but to free you. The decision made there was final. It is done. The weight of betrayal, heartbreak, abandonment, and repeated disappointments no longer belongs to you. The contracts of suffering and karmic burdens you carried have been dissolved. Your soul has been released. Every wound you endured was not a failure. It was a testimony of your strength, your faith, and your ability to carry light through darkness. And now, heaven has declared that you are free from cycles of pain that were never meant to define you forever. The angels say this is not the beginning of something random. It is the unsealing of something ancient, something promised to you long ago. Your destiny has always been present, waiting for the right moment. That moment has come. The divine court weighed your past, your sacrifices, and your silent endurance against the shadows you have walked through in this life. And they found no guilt, only growth, no bitterness, only sacred strength. And because of this, the shift has begun. You may already begin to notice changes. Old attachments may loosen. People who drain you may fall away. Conversations that once broke you may no longer matter. The emotions that kept you hostage may start to soften. This is not because you have forgotten, but because you are being released. You are no longer required to carry them. You are being guided into a new chapter, one filled with peace, healing, and alignment. This new season is not about proving yourself to people who never valued your soul. It is not about fighting to be seen. It is about walking forward in the confidence that heaven has already seen you and declared you worthy. The doors that once remained closed are now beginning to open. Slowly, gently, but with certainty. You may not see everything at once, but you will feel it. You will feel lighter. You will feel drawn toward new opportunities, new people, and new directions that bring peace instead of confusion. The angels remind you, do not explain your alignment to people who were not in the courtroom when your name was spoken. They will not understand. You do not owe them explanations. You only owe it to your soul to follow the quiet pull of truth. Trust the whispers within. Trust the nudges of intuition. Trust the signs that appear. This is how heaven speaks to you now. Yes, there may still be grief as you let go of what once felt familiar, even if it caused you pain. Yes, there may still be moments of uncertainty, but this is not abandonment. It is a divine escort into your next chapter. You are not being left behind. You are being carried forward. Your destiny is no longer tied to endless cycles of heartbreak. The verdict has been given. Your suffering has served its purpose. It shaped you. It strengthened you. It awakened you. But it is no longer required. The chapter of survival is closing, and the chapter of restoration is beginning. This is not just healing of the surface. It is healing at the root of your soul. The angels want you to breathe, to let yourself feel the shift, to release the fear that has been holding on, to trust that what is leaving your life was never meant to follow you into this new season, to know that you will not lose yourself, but instead, you will finally find peace, alignment, and a love that does not wound you to prove itself. The courtroom of heaven does not speak idly. If your name was spoken, it is because your destiny is being activated. Every step from now on is being guided with divine precision. The angels are not behind you anymore. They are before you, clearing the path. The long season of storms has ended, and now you are moving toward gentler shores. This is your rebirth, your freedom, your confirmation that heaven has not forgotten you. Your story is shifting from pain to peace, from waiting to movement, from surviving to thriving. And though the journey ahead may still feel like walking through fog at times, clarity is on the other side. The angels ask you now to trust. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust that your pain had a purpose and that your destiny is now unfolding. You are not who you were when this suffering began. You are stronger, wiser, and ready. Heaven has declared it. It is over. You are free. Rise, dear child. Walk forward, not with fear, but with quiet triumph. Your destiny has turned its face toward you again. Dear child, the angels draw close to you today, not in haste, not with judgment, but with deep reverence and love. They come softly, with wings wide enough to shelter your tired soul, because they know what you have been carrying. They know the invisible weight you have held on your shoulders, the weight that others could not see. You have carried not only your own pain, but also the pain of others. You have endured storms that no one fully understood, and still, you kept walking. Today, the angels want to tell you something sacred. Your name was spoken in the divine courtroom, and heaven has declared that your long season of suffering is over. This message is not an idea or a sweet thought. It is a decree. It is a divine decision, written in light and sealed by truth. For so long, you may have wondered if heaven was silent, if your prayers were left unanswered, if the tears you cried at night disappeared into nothingness. But the angels want to assure you that every tear was collected, every prayer was heard, and every moment of silence was noted. None of your pain has been wasted. It was witnessed. It was recorded. And today, it was brought into the divine court, not to condemn you, but to set you free. Think of the years where your heart broke quietly. Think of the nights when your chest ached with sorrow, but no one noticed. Think of the times when you gave your all to people or situations that only left you empty. You endured betrayals, disappointments, rejection, and abandonment. You carried dreams that shattered in your hands. And yet, through all of it, you chose love over bitterness. You chose faith over despair. You chose light even when surrounded by darkness. That is why heaven spoke your name today, not to point out your pain, but to acknowledge your strength, not to punish you for your weakness, but to reward you for your endurance. The courtroom of heaven gathered in reverence. Angels stood in silence. Records of your life, your struggles, and your victories were placed before the divine. And then a decree was spoken. This soul has carried enough. This soul has endured enough. This soul has completed the cycle of pain. Let the restoration begin. This is why the angels have drawn close. They do not want you to miss what has happened in the unseen realm. Because even though you may not see it yet with your physical eyes, the shift has already taken place in spirit. You are no longer the same. The chains that tied you to cycles of heartbreak and betrayal have been broken. The burdens that kept you heavy are being lifted. The old patterns that repeated again and again, the disappointments, the betrayals, the endless waiting, are over. Heaven has declared it finished. You may wonder, if this is true, why do I still feel pain? Why do I still feel so tired? The angels understand this question. They want you to know that endings and beginnings often overlap. Just as the night does not instantly turn into day, but passes through dawn, so too are you moving through the dawn of your new season. The shadows may still be near, but the light is rising. The heaviness may still linger, but it is loosening. This is not the pain of being trapped. It is the ache of being released. Your soul is adjusting to its freedom. The angels remind you, you did not walk through all of this in vain. Every wound shaped you. Every scar taught you. Every heartbreak deepened your compassion. Every trial stretched your soul until it could carry more light. And though you did not see it at the time, heaven was preparing you for this moment of release, preparing you for a destiny that requires the wisdom you gain through pain, preparing you for blessings that you will now recognize and protect because of what you endured. So breathe, dear soul. Breathe in the freedom that is being handed to you. Breathe in the truth that you are no longer bound to the cycles that once held you hostage. Breathe in the knowing that heaven has spoken your name, and when heaven speaks, nothing can undo it. No person, no mistake, no enemy, no fear can cancel what has been decreed. Now is the time to allow yourself to let go. Let go of the people who could not stay. Let go of the apologies you never received. Let go of the explanations you may never hear. Let go of the desire to prove yourself to those who never valued you. You do not need to convince anyone of your worth. The divine courtroom has already confirmed it. Heaven has already declared that you are worthy, loved, and chosen. You may notice changes soon. Some people may quietly drift away from your life. Do not chase them. They are not part of your new chapter. Some situations may suddenly close. Do not fear them. They are not aligned with your new destiny. At the same time, you may find yourself drawn toward new paths, new dreams, new people. Trust these nudges. They are the whispers of heaven guiding you into alignment. This is not about rushing. You do not have to run into your new life. You only need to step gently, with trust. Every step you take is being guided. Every door you need will open at the right time. Every resource you require will be provided. Every connection you need will be aligned. You are not walking alone. The angels are walking before you, preparing the way. You will find peace again, but it will not be the fragile peace you once had, the kind that was easily broken. It will be a deep peace, one that settles into your bones. You will find love again, but it will not be the kind that wounds you just to prove itself. It will be a steady love, safe and true. You will find joy again, but it will not be fleeting. It will rise like the morning sun and remain with you. Dear soul, do not be afraid of this transition. Do not fear the unfamiliar. This is your rebirth. The suffering you endured was not punishment. It was preparation. It was the shaping of your soul into a vessel of strength, wisdom, and compassion. And now that preparation is complete, the decree has been given. You are free. So walk forward, not with fear, but with quiet triumph. Walk forward knowing that your story has shifted. Walk forward knowing that the angels are near. Walk forward knowing that heaven has already spoken your name with love, and that nothing and no one can take this away from you. This is your time. This is your release. This is your divine beginning.